Creative Gems, welcome to Creativdiy. Today I'm going to show you how to make 7 different wall sconces that will light up your walls and home decor. Each sconce will have a different look and unique design. With that said, let's jump right into the first wall sconce. We'll need a few dollar store supplies. This small picture frame. This frame has a mirrored finish and will be perfect for our wall sconce. We'll also need 2 solar garden sticks. We will need to take them apart later as we'll only be using the stick part for our wall sconce. We'll also need one of these clear ornament balls. Notice how this one is actually shaped like a teardrop light bulb, and it even has a silver cap like real light bulbs. And for a light source, I'll show you later how we will use the string light. The string light is battery operated and comes with a very convenient power switch. To begin, we'll disassemble the picture frame. Remove the cardboard backing but don't throw it out. We'll also want to make sure we keep the little hook at the back intact as we will be using it to hang the sconce onto the wall later. Take the sample photo that the frame comes with and use it as a template to measure and cut a piece of craft paper. The craft paper I have chosen has a beautiful silver gray and white design and will look perfect once we place it inside the picture frame. Once the piece of craft paper is inserted inside the picture frame with the design facing outwards, put the cardboard backing back into the frame and then set the frame inside for the time being. Next, we're going to take apart both solar garden sticks. Save the solar part for a future craft project. I promise you, those solar parts will come in handy down the road. Then use some glue to adhere the 2 sticks together. Here I'm going to be using a combination of Fix-All and hot glue, applying the glue to the edge of one of the openings of one stick. The Fix-All will provide a longer lasting, secure hold, while the hot glue will dry quickly so we can quickly continue with the rest of the craft project. Next, we're going to take a string of silver beaded necklace and start winding it all around the solar garden stick, using some hot glue to ensure the beads stay in place. I found these strings of beads at the Dollar Tree, but the silver and gold ones are not always easy to find. So my suggestion is, if you like to craft with them, like I do, stock up whenever you see them. I have used these beads for many of my crafts, and they make great borders when you want to cover edges and seams. When the whole stick is covered, this is what it should look like. Next, we're going to take apart the light bulb ornament by twisting off the cap. There's a string inserted into a tiny hole in the cap that we will also want to remove. Once it's removed, we'll want to thread the string lights through one end of the garden stick and pull the string lights out of the garden sticks from the other end and thread it through the tiny hole in the cap, and then put the string lights into the bulb. And then when you're done, twist the cap back onto the bulb and then place the whole thing into one end of the solar garden stick while the other end of the solar garden stick has the battery pack of the string lights hanging out of it. Next, we'll take a picture frame and apply some Fix-All and hot glue to the bottom front of the frame as well as the top front of the frame so we can place the solar garden stick onto it. Then we'll adhere the battery pack towards the back of the picture frame, somewhere that we can easily access the power switch while hiding the rest of the battery pack. And here's what our first wall sconce looks like. It works very well with the power switch, and here's what it looks like hung onto the wall. Comment down below and let me know what you think. If you make two of these, they would look great on either side of a larger mirror or painting, don't you think? For our second wall sconce, we'll need a couple of these napkin holders from the Dollar Tree. We'll need a couple of these 12-inch wooden dowels, some gem stickers, embellishments, and some clear diamond-shaped gems, some silver plastic spoons, and some silver glitter paper. For light source, either string lights like this or a puck light like this one. To begin, we'll be wrapping two wooden dowels with some silver glitter paper. I have pre-cut some of the paper, so all we need to do is remove the wax backing and start wrapping each dowel in it. This silver glitter paper is self-adhesive, so glue is not required. And while we work on that, I would like to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to today's craft project. If you enjoy glam home decor and DIY crafts on a budget, it would help me greatly if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of my glam home decor DIYs. And if you like what you see today, please give me a thumbs up as well. Your support will really help me continue providing you with more amazing and creative craft tutorials. And the best part is, subscribing and giving me a thumbs up is absolutely free, but will make a world of difference to me. And now that we have the two dowels wrapped in the silver glitter paper, let's go ahead and start positioning them into the napkin holders. Test it out and see what look you prefer. I'm spacing mine two napkin holders apart so that only about a half inch to an inch of the wooden dowel sticks on out either end stick out. You can adjust this according to your preference though. Once you are satisfied with the positioning, set them into place with some hot glue. Next, we're going to go back in and use some white nylon ties to ensure the dowels don't come apart from the napkin holder. Once that's done, put it aside while we work on getting our wall sconce embellishments together. We will take a pack or two of the silver plastic spoons and break them apart to separate the round part of the spoons from the arm part. For this wall sconce, we'll only be using the arm part of the spoons, so set aside the round part of the spoons and save them for a future craft project. Once we have a whole bunch of spoon arms, we're going to place them onto the napkin holders. For my wall sconce design, I'm going to place them lengthwise with a total of 3 rows. In between each spoon arm, there will be a gap, and that's where I will place the clear diamond-shaped gems. A total of 3 gems between 2 spoons arms will fit. Once you're happy with your design, secure each spoon arm onto the napkin holder with some hot glue. All the spoon arms are secured onto the napkin holders. Go back in and embellish them if you want. I am placing one small clear round sticker gem onto the wider end of each spoon arm. This step is optional though, but if you know me, the more bling the better. Now for the fun part. We're going to fill each gap between the spoon arms with these clear diamond-shaped gems. A little of hot glue will ensure each piece is secured properly. This step is also optional, but again, the more bling the better, right? Once you have enough of the gems inserted, turn the whole thing around so we can start placing the string lights in the back. There's no specific placement, just unwind the string lights and loop them around the back of the napkin holders. Make sure you leave the battery pack hanging about a couple of inches so you can place it in a spot that is hidden from the front. When you're done, this is what the wall sconce should look like. I decided to place an additional puck light inside towards the top of the first napkin holder, and I think it gives the perfect light for a calm ambience. Comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you made it this far in today's tutorial, drop me a note with the words wall sconce so I know you visited today. And if you like this napkin holder wall sconce, you're definitely going to like the next one as well. Once again, we're going to take two napkin holders, but this time they will be placed together side by side. To secure them together, we'll be using some Fix-All and some white nylon ties. And if you don't want to wait for the Fix-All to cure before inserting the white nylon ties, you can add some hot glue so the napkin holders will be secured together right away. Next, we're going to take more of those spoon arms and embellish each with a row of clear round gem stickers. When you have a whole pile of them, it's time to place them onto the napkin holders in a similar pattern as the first napkin holder sconce. Now we're ready to place the string lights in the back of the wall sconce. Once again, we'll loop the string lights leaving a couple of inches for the battery pack to be placed somewhere that will be accessible. And here's the final look for our second napkin holder wall sconce. Although we use the same materials for this wall sconce, two napkin holders and silver plastic spoons, this wall sconce has a very different look from the other wall sconce we made with napkin holders and spoons. What do you think? Do you prefer this one or the first napkin holder wall sconce we made? Comment down below and let me know, and leave me a note with the word wall sconce so I know you visited today. For our next wall sconce, we will once again incorporate a napkin holder, but we'll also be needing a number of other dollar store materials, including this long wood panel, some square mirror tiles like these, and these ones were ordered in bulk from Amazon and measure 4 by 4 inches for less than $1 a piece. But if you already have similar mirror tiles from the dollar store, those will work as well. I think the ones from the dollar store measure 4.5 by 4.5 inches. To really glam up our wall sconce, we're going to hang some of these acrylic crystal ornaments also from Amazon. I'll leave a link down below in the description box so you can purchase some for your crafts as well. For a light source, we'll need a solar garden stick. The Dollar Tree sells a number of different styles, so you can pick whatever you like best. To start, we're going to take one of these Dollar Tree frames and disassemble it. We're going to take the cardboard backing and cut out the hook. We're going to place this hook to the back of the wood panel, somewhere towards the top middle. To secure it to the wood panel, we'll use some Fix-All and some hot glue. The Fix-All will provide a secure, long-lasting hold, while the hot glue will dry fast and allow us to continue with our craft project without having to wait. Next, turn the wood panel over and we'll start placing the square mirror tiles on the front. Based on the size of the wood panel and the size of the mirror tiles, we will be placing a total of 4 onto my wood panel. You'll see that there is still some exposed wood on the side edges of the mirrors and towards the top of the wood panel, and so we'll simply embellish the exposed areas with some mini mirror tiles and gems. And this is what the wood panel should look like with all the exposed wood areas covered with either mirrors or gems. Next, we're going to apply Fix-All to the napkin holder so that we can place the back of the wood panel to it. You'll need to make sure you use a very strong adhesive like Fix-All or E6000, because when we hang the wood panel, we don't want the napkin holder to detach and fall off. While the glue cures, we're going to work on some acrylic hanging crystals. These ones already have a tiny pinhole at the top of each, so we're going to loop an ornament hook to each. I have 7 here, and I'm going to start hanging them onto the napkin holder to see if it's enough. You can hang as few or as many of these ornaments as you want. I'll probably add more because if you know me, the more bling the better, right? Next, we're going to embellish a solar garden light with some rhinestone ribbon. I'm using some self-adhesive rhinestone ribbon I found on Amazon, so no glue is required. I'll leave a link down below so you can purchase this as well. And if you're already happy with the look of your solar garden stick, you can skip this step. You can make all the wall sconce as glam as you want or keep it simple, whatever you prefer. And here I'm taking the gem hanging from a curtain tassel and we're going to stick it into the bottom of the solar garden stick. You can secure it with some hot glue. I think this gem adds that extra bit of beautiful glam I know will look amazing once we're done making our wall sconce. And once the solar garden light is embellished to your liking, simply insert it into the napkin holder vertically. Here's the final look for our wall sconce. When the sun goes down, the solar garden stick kicks in and lights up, and the light bounces off the mirrors, making it even look brighter. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Is this one of the most unique wall sconces you have seen? Drop me a note and include the words wall sconce in your comments so I know you visited today. For wall sconce number 5, it's going to be very quick and very simple. We'll take some more hanging ornaments and hang each all around the napkin holder. Rather than using ornament hooks, I'm using fishing wire that will be nearly invisible once you hang the ornaments. For this sconce, you can hang as many ornaments as you want to give a more fuller look. And when you're done, you'll have a crystal wall sconce that looks something like this. And if you don't have any fishing wire, go ahead and make this same wall sconce by hanging the crystal ornaments with ornament hooks. It will look just as beautiful and very glam. And here's what the wall sconce looks like after dark, lit up with a battery operated puck light sitting on top. The wall sconce gives a beautiful glow, and I think it would be perfect hung on a corridor wall. For our sixth wall sconce, we'll need one of these clear acrylic round vases from the Dollar Tree. We'll start by disassembling another small dollar store picture frame and use a sample photo as a template to cut out a piece of mirrored contact paper. Then we're going to place the mirrored contact paper onto the foam piece and put everything back in place inside the picture frame so that the mirrored contact paper is facing outwards. We'll put the picture frame aside for the time being so that we can work on embellishing the clear acrylic vase. We'll take a silver bangle from the Dollarama and glue it to the bottom of the round acrylic vase on the outside. Then we're going to take a solar light and bling it out with some of this self-adhesive rhinestone ribbon. If you don't have any of this ribbon, you can embellish the solar light with whatever gems or ribbons you may have already on hand, or you can leave the solar light as is if you already like the look of it. Once you're finished with the embellishments, glue the solar light to the inside of the vase with the solar panels facing outwards through the vase. Make sure you don't cover the solar panels with glue because we want to ensure that enough sunlight is able to get through to charge it during the day. I'm also going to add a crystal doorknob piece on top. Then we will need to use some glue to adhere the vase to the picture frame. Once that's done, we're ready to add our hanging crystals to the rim of the vase so they dangle down. Now, there are a number of ways you can do this. You can either use a hot knife to pierce a tiny hole around the rim of the vase to insert the ornament hooks through. Or you can do it the fuss-free way like me by simply gluing one end of each ornament hook to the inner rim of the vase. You can place as many or as few hanging ornaments as you wish. To finish off this wall sconce, I'm going to go back in and add a strip of silver rhinestone ribbon to the outer rim of the vase. This step is optional, but if you know me, the more bling, the better. And here's a final look for our seventh wall sconce. I think it's pretty cute and it was so easy to make. Best of all, no batteries and no electrical wiring was required to make this functioning wall sconce. Comment down below with the words wall sconce and let me know what you think of this solar powered wall sconce. And now for our seventh wall sconce. It will be another solar powered sconce. We're taking four more of the same small frames and we will remove the cardboard backing and paper inserts from each one. For three of the frames, we are going to reinsert the glass back in and glue each to their respective frames. For the fourth picture frame, we're going to add a sheet of rhinestone mesh to the inside before reinserting the glass piece. Then we're going to glue all the frames together into the shape of a cube. Once the glue has cured, we will need to create a piece to go to the bottom of one end of the cubed frame set. You'll see very soon why. For this, we will use a couple of pieces of foam cut to size and stacked and glued together one on top of each other. And by the way, you'll notice the foam pieces I'm using are left over from scrap pieces from an old craft project. You won't need to use anything new because we'll be covering one side of the foam piece with a sheet of mirrored contact paper and the other side will not even be seen. Next, we will need to trace the shape of the solar stick onto the center of one side of the foam piece, the side without the mirrored contact paper. The portion of solar garden stick that we will need to trace is the see-through plastic part. Stand it upright onto the center of the foam board, Trace the outline of it and then take a box cutter to cut out the foam board where you trace the outline. Make sure you cut out the outline to ensure the solar garden stick can be inserted through the hole snugly. Once the foam piece is fitted inside the frame set with the mirrored contact paper side up, cover the other side of the foam board with some silver diamond mesh, but make sure you cut a hole in the center so the solar light can be fitted through. Here I'm gluing some string of crystal beads to the bottom. And here I'm adding a string of silver beaded necklace to cover the seams between each frame. Next, we're going to assemble a solar garden light. To make the pole longer, I'm actually attaching a few solar garden sticks together and then embellishing them with some rhinestone ribbon to cover the seams where the sticks are attached. To finish things off for this pole, I'm going to insert a clear diamond-shaped gem to the bottom end of the pole and affix it with a bit of rhinestone ribbon and hot glue so it doesn't fall out. And here's a final look for our 8th wall sconce. Pretty unique, don't you think? Let me know in the comment section what you think. And this is what it looks like after dark with the solar light on. It leaves a pretty nice and ambient look. And if you made it this far in today's tutorial, drop me a note with the words wall sconce so I know you visited today. And now for our 8th and final wall sconce of the day, we're going to need one of these decorative mirrors from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree sells several of these types of round mirrors with fancy frames. They actually have several designs and they come in gold, black, and this silver black version. We'll also need a wood panel piece. Once again, Dollar Tree has many different styles and sizes, so pick any that you like. It won't matter what design is on the wood panel because we will be covering it with these 4x4" square mirror tiles. We start by adding a picture frame hook to the back of the wood panel, towards the top center area, as that is where we will be hanging the wood panel later. And if you prefer to use command strips instead, that will definitely work as well. Next, we'll turn the wood panel over to the front and paint the entire front of the wood panel as silver metallic gray. If you don't have any silver metallic gray, you could also use your white paint or black paint. Then we're going to fit as many of these square mirror tiles onto the wood panel. We will leave one end of the wood panel exposed as that area will be too small for another mirror tile. Rather, we will cover the exposed area with some clear flat back gems. For my wood panel, I also have a bit of exposed area on the sides of the mirror tiles, so I'll go back in and cover them with a row of mini mirror tiles as well. We'll take the round frame mirror I showed you earlier and cut out a piece of the fancy frame. The piece should be the same width as the wood panel as it will be placed on top. You'll need a very strong pair of scissors or box cutter for this because the plastic frame is made of hard plastic. I also decided to go back in to paint the frame piece a silver metallic gray since I'm not too fond of the look the way it was originally. Next, we're going to embellish the frame piece with some rhinestone ribbon. This step is optional if you already are happy with the look of your frame piece. And then we're going to adhere the frame piece to the top of the wood panel. For this step, a bit of hot glue should suffice. I'm also going to go back in to further embellish the frame piece with some small gem stickers. Once that's done, put the wood panel aside while we work on the next part of the craft project. Take one small frame, disassemble it, and place a piece of craft paper inside. Next, we're going to attach two solar garden sticks together with some hot glue. Then we'll wind this string of silver beaded necklace all around the entire stick using some hot glue to adhere the beads to the stick. We'll take another tear-shaped plastic ornament ball and thread a string light through the hole in the silver cap so that the lights end up inside the ornament ball. We screw the silver cap back to the ornament ball and attach the whole thing onto the top of the stick using some hot glue and rhinestone ribbon to adhere the two pieces together. The stick then gets glued to the picture frame, and then the whole thing will be adhered to the wood panel we decorated earlier. I have cut out a piece of foam to stick to the back of the frame. The other side of the foam piece will then be glued to the mirror tile. And here's the final look for our last wall sconce. Another unique piece that will not only light up your room, but will be a beautiful wall decor piece that you can show off to your friends and family. Let me know what you think of the wall sconces we made today. Comment down below with the words wall sconce and let me know which one is your favorite. And if you enjoyed today's craft tutorial, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up. And in the meantime, stick around and check out my other beautiful DIY home decor pieces.